Hi, my name's Dr. Marc Reynolds. You can call me Marc. I have a doctorate in opera stage directing and have been teaching private voice to both classical and commercial students for over a decade. Today, I'm going to be reacting to EXO performing Call Me Baby, the acoustic version, and Lady Luck, the EXO'rDIUM in Japan. Comment down below with what your favorite part of this performance is. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Here we go.
Let's go, go!
이거리 완전 난리야 사람들 쌓이는 남이야 함께하는 매 순간을 날 뽕뽕뽕뽕뽕 봐라
Hey girl 정 같던 찰나 나를 한순간 뚫고 가 이 새끼로 불러주면 나에게로 다가와 놀라워 삼각처럼 가득 차 너를 마주한 순간 oh my 편하게 여기 앉아 이제 내 얘기를 들어 Oh I don't care 멀리 멀리 돌아간대도 이렇게 너 곁에 다른 남자가 돼줄 테니 내 마음은 내 입술에 너 스며들어와 나를 깨워 Time's wasting girl Slow way 모르는 것들은 만나 그 안에 진짜를 봐봐 Call me baby baby Call me baby Call me baby baby Call me baby 널 향해 거쳐간 맘마 나 말고 큰 물을 닿다 Call me baby baby Call me baby Call me baby baby Call me baby 모르는 것들은 만나 그 안에 진짜를 봐봐 Call me baby baby Call me baby Call me baby baby Call me baby 널 향해 거쳐간 맘마 나 말고 큰 물을 닿다 Call me baby baby Call me baby Call me baby baby Call me baby girl 날 나를 존재하게 해내 세상은 오직 You're the one You're the one 다른 것들은 만나 그 안에 진짜를 봐 Call me baby baby Call me baby Call me baby yeah 시간아 조금만 더 달려줄래 어둠이 내리게 해줘 그녀를 데려와 수많은 별 그중에 너는 only one oh, 난 고개 들어 바라볼 수밖에 나 한없이 닿을 수 없는 따라가 봐도 잡을 수 없는 손을 뻗어도 왜 이리 멀까 나 기나긴 밤을 깊은 한숨만 반짝이는 oh, no. 그 순간 넌 황홀하게 내게 와 쏟아지는 유성호소 너 역시도 나를 원했단다 이 어둠을 지나서 너를 태워서 넌 눈부신 빛을 던져버려 가까워지는 널 기다려 Say baby baby 너는 내 행운의 여신 Lady lady Luck luck luck
行きましょうか。
Lady luck yeah 수많은 사람들은 너를 향해 전개의 소원을 말해 네가 이루어질 이유 내가 바라는 건 단 하나 only you 난 너라는 그 자체로 만족해
꿈처럼 펼친 오로라 커튼 그 사이 숨어 빛나는 fortune 깊어진 눈빛 내게만 들린 너의 목소리 이렇게 날아오던 눈부신 넌 속삭여
I loved what I saw, especially seeing the two different songs back to back and how different they were. It showed such different sides of their character, their performance abilities, and what they do. And it was really cool to be able to see how much they could do with just sitting there and still being really captivating and interesting and expressive. And then how free they are in their body and how precise they are with their movements and how impressive their dancing is. Was there anything that stood out that was negative, that was really like, oh, that's no good? No, it is all very polished and showed exceptional artistry and shows that they obviously work very hard to create a really well-polished performance that is also really personable and engaging and unique. The performance tip that I want to talk about is different jaw positions result in different vocal colors or different amounts of resonance and where that resonance wants to go. You're going to notice here across the group that some of them release that jaw more. And we're talking about the jaw in two different places. One place is we're talking about the release here and back between these back molars. And we're also talking about the space between these front teeth. For example, keep your teeth closed, but then try to yawn without your teeth coming apart. And you'll notice that this back part of the jaw releases. That's what we mean by releasing in the back. Now just try to open your mouth front and wide. Ah, that's releasing and opening that jaw in the front. They serve different functions. That release in the back is really important for creating this open resonant space in the back and making sure that this jaw isn't getting tight and that it's releasing down and back. This front position is more important for vowel use and creating the proper resonant space to go with the vowel and its optimum shape and space needed to resonate in its most efficient state. Meaning, if you have an E vowel, the front of this jaw doesn't need to be super wide open. In fact, it should be kind of closed, somewhere around the size of a pinky, E. When you get an ah, that should be really wide in front. Because the overtone series associated with that works best with that jaw opening. So, what I want you to notice here is that each singer here has a slightly different use of their jaw. Some of them let that jaw swing down and back. Some of them just let it drop straight down or down and forward. What are we looking for here? So what I want you to pay attention to here is what happens when the jaw is more closed. They're not releasing that jaw very much. Is the sound more resonant, more vibrant, or is it kind of muted? When they release that jaw in back, what's the change? Does it become richer and fuller or shallower? When they open it further in the front, is it louder? Is it more vibrant? Is it more in the center of the pitch? What is it that changes with that jaw opening in the front? It's not 100% easy here to tell because microphones do a lot of changing and adjusting on the fly. It'd be a lot easier to really evaluate the differences here if we were to take the microphones away, be hearing them sing live in front of us. That's not happening anytime soon that I can foresee. So we have to make our best guess here. What I think you're going to notice is when this jaw is more collapsed, it's less resonant. They have to work hard to get to the sound, and it's a little more muted. More expressive, it seems like they're working hard, it's more exciting, but it isn't necessarily more resonant or full. In fact, what that can do if we overextend in the front here is it can shut down this resonant space in the back, which is really important for making a rich, resonant, easy sound. So it's about finding the proper balance of jaw opening and space in the back. The way to think about it is if you have an acoustic guitar, You have a big resonant body and you have a small hole in front. If you open that hole too large, you're going to start losing some of the resonance and richness of that sound. If you make it too close, you're going to lose some of the sound altogether. So it's about finding that proper balance. In this case, am I trying to say that they're doing it right or wrong? No. They're doing their thing and they are very expressive. It's really engaging. Their singing's really wonderful. The breath flow is really consistent and lovely to hear. It's a really professional, gorgeous sound. Do I think we might be able to make it even a little bit easier? Well, it's always tough to say unless they're standing right in front of you and you can compare A to B. But I think we could. Some of the ways that I think we could make it easier is by letting this jaw release down and back a little more consistently, and for some of them, a little bit more. Others, I would work really hard to make sure that they aren't jutting their chin down and forward. You're going to notice when they do jut it down and forward that it creates other tension in here, and you can actually see tension in their neck. And sometimes if they hold a note, it often causes what we see as a jaw wiggle or head bobbling around a little bit, which is a sign of tension. Does that mean they're singing poorly? No, it just means we can help them sing easier and without that strain or stress on those other muscles in their body. Does it degrade their artistry or make them less of an artist or less of a performer? No, it doesn't. It means they're human and there's something that might make it easier. The reality is, every artist, even the best on earth, can work their entire life, and there's always something that can be improved and made easier or more efficient. That's why often when we see older performers performing, they're more elegant, they're more refined because they've had a lifetime to refine it, and because they have older age, which means that to maintain this performance schedule, to maintain everything that they have to do, they have to be smarter and more efficient. These are a bunch of young guys who don't feel the wear and tear and physical fatigue on their bodies as quickly. Their bodies repair faster. And so consequently, they still have some room to discover what they can do to make to sing even easier. Am I saying sing even better or sing prettier? No, but I think they could sing easier here. What can you do today to let this jaw release and to see what difference it can make? Well, there's two things. One, close your jaw, place your fingers here between your molars, and without opening it with these jaw muscles, just with your fingers, press. That helps you find a nice, easy home base of release in that jaw. Another way you can do it is try to sing with a pencil in between those back molars, or a piece of small cork about the size of a pencil between those back molars, and it will help you realize when you're wanting to close down and what it feels like to keep that jaw consistently relaxed in the back. Or if you don't mind risking your pinky fingers, you can put your pinky fingers back there too. This leads us to our performance tip. The performance tip today is to be mindful not to let expressive tension creep into the vocal mechanism. What do I mean by this? Well, what I mean is we can get really passionate, excited, and that creates this tension in this jaw, and we start holding the tension there in our jaw. Not so helpful. Can we show that same emotion and excitement in our body? Yes, we can. Can we make it sound in our voice? Yes, we can. But we need to be aware of when it starts creeping and creating tension in areas where we really don't want it as a singer. For example, we don't want tension here in our jaw. We don't want tension in the tongue. We don't want our neck muscles here to be grabbing super tight. We also don't want our abs pulling in and grabbing. Instead, we want them to stay suspended. So it takes a lot of work and effort and time to figure out how to still show these emotions without it creating negative consequences in our voice. EXO is excellent in being able to eliminate the tension from here down that can get involved in singing. They're able to move so crisply, efficiently, and in a relaxed, tension-free manner without it affecting their vocal technique that it's mind-blowing. It is really amazing. Where I see some work that can be done is that emotion does like to live in this jaw for some of them. Try it. Try getting really emotional and not getting tension here. For a lot of people, it's really hard. Hi, I'm one of them. It's really hard. I carry a lot of my emotions and tension in this jaw. So I get it. So what can you do? Well, just be mindful of it. And as you're singing and performing, still get excited and tense, but kind of keep these fingers pressing in here in this jaw so it can't get tight and engage. Then your body will start to learn what it is to still be expressive, emotive, and communicative without engaging tension in areas that you don't need it. They are an excellent example of showing ways in their dancing and just sitting there relaxed and comfortable without any tension creeping in their lower body. They're really good with their shoulders and above as well. The one area where I see some possible room for creating greater ease, both as a vocalist and both in their performance, is releasing some tension in that jaw. Is there a reason they're doing it? Yes. Do I think they could get rid of it and see better results in their singing and performance? I do. Is this to criticize them? No. It's to hopefully help you, the singer and performer, find ways that you can improve your singing and performing. And it's also to help you as a performer realize that even these absolutely exceptional performers are human. And there's things that everyone can work on. So you shouldn't be discouraged. You shouldn't find reasons not to sing and not perform. But you have every reason to find hope in watching EXO, in the fact that by practice, work, and effort, and people to help and train you and guide you along the way, that you can perform and sing at exceptional levels. If you want a voice lesson, performance coaching, or want me to work with you or your group to help you sing easier and perform at a consistently higher level, book a time with me at mrperformingartsstudio.com. I look forward to working with you online.